Fear affects all traders, even the experienced ones. Understanding its impact is crucial for successful in trading. Hey there, Tamir from FibonacciTraders.com here. Daily market recap, so like, subscribe. Let's see the charts. So let's see what the SPY and the rest of the market brought us in the past trading day of July 22nd. SPY ended up the day very nice, 1% to the upside, but we are still below the uptrend channel. We're still out of it. We entered back again inside the yellow zone. The 551 now is the support. Tesla and Google Tuesday after the bell. Earnings coming up. Let's see how it will affect the SPY. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Are we heading to close the gap at the 562 or the 535? Earnings season is almost coming into a boiling point. The RSP 0.8% to the upside, holding above the yellow zone, above the 168 area. Now, as you can see, we are still inside an uptrend. We can take the Fibonacci trend lines, and here we are inside an uptrend until proven otherwise. Now, the 167 needs to hold the support. Long continuation above the 170, and we will see once again the 172. QQQ ended up the day with 1.5% to the upside. We are back inside this uptrend channel. Now let's see continuation above the 485 and then 492. All depends on Google earnings and Tesla, of course. Tomorrow will be very interesting day. We have a gap over here. We have another gap at the 493, gap at the 468. What do you think? Which gap will get filled first? If you ask me, my opinion, and it's only my opinion, I see the 468 gap with a touch at the 465. But once again, this is my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. You know the rest. Dow Jones 0.3%, but Doji, it's an inside candle. Doji, not much of a price action, and you know that the Doji, especially if it's a Doji inside candle, it's the most significant sign. Nothing much. No price action whatsoever. No decision in the market. If the market cannot decide, we surely cannot decide what to do. We need to sit and wait. 401 now is the support below 398. Long continuation of the Dow Jones only above the 408. IWM 1.6% to the upside, holding strong the yellow zone. The yellow zone once again proves itself as the most important area of support and resistance according to the FTI. One click away and you've got FTI on your chart. Check the links in the description below if you want the FTI on your chart. Now let's see long continuation above the 221, and we will see once again the 226 and all this rest of the future resistance for price action. Bitcoin, for the time that I'm recording this video, if we clean the chart a little bit and we leave only the FTI, and as you can see, let's take it up. In the past 4 trading days, this day just started less than 4 hours ago by the time that I'm recording this video, but in the past 4 trading days, not much of a price action. 65 now needs to hold the support. Long continuation above the 68, 560, and we will see new all-time highs going into the new all-time highs at the 72,700 and then 78 to the upside. Ethereum, same thing. In the past 8 trading days, nothing much on Ethereum. Look at this. Since July 16th, 3,400 holding a support. 3560 is a very tough resistance. Long continuation above 3563 towards 3770. Below the 3400, we will see 3780 to the downside. XLF 0.6% to the upside, holding strong above the yellow zone. Let's see continuation above the 4340, and then we will see 44 to the upside. Below the 4280, we will meet this trend line together with the 4240 to the downside. XLU 0.8% to the upside. Once again, the upper border of the yellow zone proves itself as a very, very important area of support. It was resistance in the past 5 trading days, now acting as support. Long continuation above the 71, and we will see 71.70 and 72.85. Below the 70 area, we will see once again the 69 and 69.17 to the downside. Always prepare for both sides. Never be biased. XHB, the home builders ETF, 1.8% to the upside. One of the strongest ETFs out there, together maybe with the XLF, holding above the 109 area, the upper border of the yellow zone. Now, long continuation, and we will see the upper border of this massive broadening formation at the 117 area, breaking up and above, and we will continue north to the 122, 109. Once again, 109.60 needs to hold as support. MAGS, the Magnificent 7 ETF, careful, Tesla and Google. Earnings coming up, it will affect, of course, the Magnificent 7 ETF. Below the 46.14, we will see 43.80 to the downside, and maybe below it. It all depends on how the market will react to Google's and Tesla's earnings. It doesn't matter how and what do we think about those earnings. It doesn't matter what do we think about the company. It doesn't matter anyone's else opinion. The only thing that matters is how the market will react to those earnings. Let's see, can we close the gap at the 47.60? And if the market will like those numbers, we are going up to the 50. Always prepare for both sides. SOXX closed the day with 4.14% to the upside, but we're still below the lower board of the yellow zone. The 248 area, very, very tough resistance. Look left, trade right. It was resistance over here. Few trading days back in end of June, beginning of July. Now, once again, resistance breaking up and above, and we can start taking long position on SOXX slowly. But if we follow the FTI, this tool that will help you make better decisions, smarter decisions, and avoid as much as possible emotions in trading, we're still bearish on the daily, bearish on the weekly. KRE holding super strong above the 55 area with 1.7% to the upside. As long as 55 is holding, we are going north. 57.64 and then 60.74. Look left. Once again, we are inside a broadening formation. This is the upper border of this broadening formation. This green line helps us identify the higher highs since March of 2023. Can we reach it? Once again, we are very close. 60.70 incoming, as long as 55 and even 53.30 holding as support. Ladies and gentlemen, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Why? Because we are going live 2 times a day, every trading day. Yes, you heard me right. The first, we have the pre-market live 8:21 Eastern time, and the second one is 11:59, the midday halftime show, what the market did and what the market is going to do. Chart requests, anything that you want to ask, live, I will be there 2 times a day. So hit that subscribe and the notification bell. You don't want to miss those lives. Let's continue with Apple. Basically closed the day on the zero with 0.16% to the downside. We are still below the uptrend channel. Bearish on 3 out of 4 time frames. If you're looking to go long on Apple now, in my opinion, it's not the time. Maybe above the 230, and then we will reassess if it's time to go back on Apple. Downtrend continuation below the 222. We will see 218 and 206. Apple's earnings Thursday, August 1st. Microsoft with 1.3% to the upside, holding strong above this yellow trend line. This yellow trend line helps us to identify the longer term trend and the longer term trend since April, higher lows, which means we are in an uptrend. But look at this, bearish on 3 out of 4 time frames, which means if we are looking to go long on Microsoft, it's not the time yet. We do have here a gap at the 450, at the 445 area, and earnings coming up end of this month. Let's see, we need a break and a close above the 446 area, and then we can reassess going swing long on Microsoft until earnings. And we as traders, we don't go into earnings with an open position. Why? Because we are not traders, we are risk managers, and with earnings, we don't know how the market will react to those numbers. Thus, we don't know the risk. Therefore, we do not hold open positions into earnings. It's a 50-50 gamble. It's not risk management, it's gamble. So, as traders, we do not. You do you. I know what I do. I never go in to earnings with an open position, and it doesn't matter if I'm losing or winning on this position. Nvidia 4.8% to the upside, holding strong. Bulls wants to avoid breaking the 116 area because we have a double top scenario on Nvidia. Breaking below the 116, Nvidia goes south to the 106 gap, and then this gap at the 96. 85% of all gaps, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when they will get filled. And Nvidia another gap to the upside at the 124.70. This gap, in my opinion, will get filled before the 106. Once again, only my opinion. Amazon continues to slide down, holding above the green line. That helps us identify the higher lows since February, but bearish on all time frames. Certainly not the time to look for the dip on Amazon, because breaking below the 180 area, we are heading to the 174 and 167 area. Earnings coming up August 1st. Don't forget, 160 area, gap, maybe. After earnings, this gap will get filled. No one knows. No one knows how the market will react to the earnings. Tesla, are you ready for Tesla's earnings? Tuesday, July 23, after the closing bell, it will be super volatile. It will be super interesting. Tesla have a gap over here at the 212 area, breaking above the 271, and we will see Tesla going to the 327. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Where market will take Tesla post earnings? Closing this gap and back to the 200, or above the 270 towards the 295 and then 326. Of course, not right after the earnings, not on Wednesday, but in the coming days. 200 or 300? Let me know in the comments below. Netflix 2.2% to the upside. Inside candle, there is a very tough battle between bulls and bears, between buyers and sellers on the 630 area. 630 area from resistance to support. Now needs to hold the support. Breaking below, we're heading south to the 610 and 580. If you are looking to go long on Netflix, just ask the FTI. Look at the daily, look at the weekly, and you got your answer. AMD 2.8% to the upside. We are now very close to the lower border of this broadening formation. Bearish on 3 out of 4 time frames. Earnings, July 30th. Not the time, in my opinion, not the time to go long on AMD. On AMD, I will wait first for 2 days above the 159 area, 158.50, 159 area, all the way to the 164. The 164, the lower border of the yellow zone, will be a very tough resistance. For now, AMD is only on my day trading list. Meta with 2.2% to the upside went all the way to the lower border of the broadening the lower border of the yellow zone. Once again, the yellow zone, one click away, and you have everything that you want on your chart. The FTI gives you all the support and resistance that you need. Multi-time frame, sell signal, buy signal, red line, short stop loss, green line, long stop loss. Whatever you need, everything that you need to become a much better trader with much better decision making. Now, this area, the 490 area, very tough resistance. Why? Once again, look left, trade right. Support, now resistance. Below it, 477 and 460, July 31st, Meta's earnings. Palantir with 0.4% to the downside, but if you look left, you can see that since July 8th, in the past 2.5 trading weeks, just sideways move, not much of a price action with the 2730 area holding as support, 2980, all this area, the 2980, very tough resistance. And the long run, we are still above this trend line, the red trend line, the lower border of the uptrend channel, holding nice the higher lows, bullish on the daily, bullish on the weekly. If you're looking to go long and if you're not long yet on PLTR, in my opinion, it's not the best environment to take decisions, but bullish on the daily, bullish on the weekly. If you're already long, 2730 is your risk. Management, Google 2.3% to the upside, where it got stuck at the lower border of the yellow zone. We are 4 days already below the uptrend channel. So this uptrend channel is not validate anymore. Now let's see 179, 176 earnings, bad reaction from the market, and Google is heading south towards the 156 gap. Never say never. Shopify 0.7% to the downside, still below the yellow line, below the yellow zone. Nothing much on Shopify. Continuation to the downside, and we will see 59 and 56. MicroStrategy 1.2% to the upside, continues its break up and above the 1670 area. Now let's see continuation above the 1800, and we will see 1976 MicroStrategy, August 1st earnings coming up. And of course, as long as Bitcoin will go up, MicroStrategy will follow. SMCI holding strong this red line, the 765 area. Why? Bulls knows that if they will give up on this area, 711, 642, and with earnings coming up first week of August, all this price action that we saw over here back in January, we can see the same price action, but to the downside. Always, always, always protect your downside. The upside, the gains will take care of themselves. The only thing we need to take care of is our risk management. How much money are we willing to lose? Protect the downside. How do you do it? Check the links in the description below. First, you have the Fibonacci Traders Academy playlist, free playlist. Go to the Fibonacci YouTube channel, click playlists. You have the Fibonacci Academy playlist, 40 videos on how to become a better trader on the technical side and the psychology behind trading, how to look for A+ setups, how to manage risk. And if you want to take it to the highest level, check the links in the description below. Choose your path to professional trading, making money through trading with me, whether you want one-on-one live mentorship or the same but pre-recorded, the online expert program, both programs, lifetime access to support, guidance, and all Discord channels. Join today and you will start see things differently, things you never saw before in technical analysis and in trading. AVGO, 4 trading days below the lower border of the yellow zone, below the 162 area, bearish on all time frames, below the 153 area. This gap will get filled. Eli Lilly 1% to the upside, but after last Thursday, massive bearish candle to the downside. For now, 2 consecutive inside candles. Look at this. Inside candle, 836 needs to hold. Below it, we are back below the 800. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the top 5 gainers in the past trading day. Jumaya, JMIA, 16.70% to the upside after long consolidation, 8 days of consolidation. The yellow zone held strong support, bullish on all time frames. Now let's see continuation above this green line. This green line helps us identify the higher highs since May, but if we see price action every time reaches this green line, what happened to Jumaya? Pullback. Even here, just 1 week ago, we got ourselves slight pullback. Is this time different? 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe this time will be different towards the 17 and 1992. As long as Jumaya is above the 1220 area, long until proven otherwise. SLQT from my top stocks to watch. 13.5% to the upside, holding strong, held strong in the past 8-7 trading days, held strong above the 360 area, the upper border of the yellow zone, and then came Monday. Very bullish. Now let's see continuation, 470 and 525. SNDL with 9.6% to the upside. Now the 227 area, very tough resistance. It was resistance over here back in May and June. Now let's see continuation. We will see 240 and 255. RMBS 9% to the upside. Rambus Incorporation broke above the yellow zone. Now let's see continuation, 64, 60 and 67. Watch out, earnings coming up next Monday, July 29th after the bell. IONQ 8.75% to the upside, still struggling with the yellow zone. The yellow zone was a very tough resistance over here. Important support and resistance over here. Now let's see continuation. We are still bearish on the daily. Why? Because the FTI wants to see another daily close above the upper border of the yellow zone, above the 8 area, and then the bearish on the daily will become bullish, and we will see 8, 47 and 9 to the upside. Once again, thank you very much for watching this video. I do hope you find it helpful, educational. If so, like, subscribe, check the links in the description below. Until the next live, stay safe.